Well, hello there, guys. We have Chelsea have just played Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. It was our biggest home game of the season, no doubt about that. In the Premier League, it was our biggest home game, and they have ended our 100% record at home. The match ended 1-1. It was not a typical Clasico, as you call, because there was not much into the game, to be honest. It's not a classical Premier League by no means. Chelsea were not prepared for this game. When you know that Cesc Fabregas and Diego Costa are not playing for this game, like Mourinho wants it tactically in the game. Whenever he trains, he tries to bring Fabregas and Diego Costa together, but I don't think he had enough time to find that Fabregas replacement, and we played defensively today. We played defensively today either because our key players were missing or because we played a very hard game against Liverpool, and we went over to the extra time as well, if you can remember. And Manchester City had a full week off, and they were very good today, and you can say that they could have nicked a win. And if Chelsea lost that game, I wouldn't have complained, because let's be honest, let's face reality, that we didn't play our football today. So we scored first on the around the 41st minute, where Ivanovic found Hazard on the edge of the area, and Hazard squared it to Remy, and Remy from close range scored. And then there was a misunderstanding in the defense, and Sergio Aguero shot the ball, and Silva continued to tap in before halftime, and unfortunately before halftime they scored. Otherwise it would have been a different game. Not much to talk about this game because I don't see much chances. One of the things was Frank Lampard's return to Stamford Bridge. He was a sub. Chelsea fans sang their name and had a standing ovation for him when he came on as a sub. But not many people made an influence to the game today. But Hazard, I have to say once again, very hard-working guy, and one guy cannot make everything but on its own all the time. Yeah, so I think it was City's. I think it's more concern for Manchester City, because they really wanted to close the gap, and we wanted to extend the gap. But for looking at today's performance, we would be satisfied by a draw. And lately we haven't been so good, and we had lots of games. We played so many games this season. Our next game is, I believe, against Aston Villa away, and then we have Everton, and then we have the Champions League. So we still have to keep going. It is good we didn't lose. We are still 5-point gap. Yeah. Also some update from the transfer news. I'm not sure what happened with Salah or Shirley, but sources are saying, lots of sources are saying that Cuadrado signed for us. Juan Cuadrado, the Colombian. And let's see where he will fit in, because he definitely is not ahead of Willian or Hazard. Yeah. So now we have to look at ourselves and keep going. We don't have games every 3 days like we used to before. It is up to ourselves to do our work, and hopefully we'll have a better spectacle to the match, because today we were more defensive. We were okay with the point, like we were at Anfield against Liverpool. And I just don't understand one thing: why people criticize Salah, and why do people not criticize Fernando Torres? We paid 50 million for him, and he was one of our highest paid players in Stamford Bridge. And why don't you criticize him? It's because he's a handsome guy. He certainly wasn't performing for us. You guys criticize Shirley, who's playing for the shirt and who wants to play for Chelsea, but you have to see, you have to watch, you have to make all things equal, because Fernando Torres, he's one of the reasons we didn't win the Premier League in the last 3 seasons. He's one of the reasons, but you guys don't realize that. And I was not sure, the tap-in Remy scored, I wasn't sure if Torres would have scored, to be honest. Although last season was very good, he scored a very important goal at a vital time. Yeah, so now we have to look forward to ourselves. This wasn't the prettiest of matches, but we are satisfied with the draw, 5-point lead, and we are going to the next game against Aston Villa. Okay, also I have to mention about Tottenham game. We are going to play against Tottenham on March 1st. So if you guys remember, we played against them in 2007 Cup Final, Carling Cup Final, it was called before, and we lost against them in extra time. This time we have to make it right, and I think we are the favorites, we can score. Diego Costa not playing, that was a late call from FA. Remy stepped in and he proved he can score. No matter what circumstance, he was okay. Better than Torres, I can say, but he was okay. Diego Costa will have his rest ahead of the Champions League game against Paris, so he will miss this, he will miss Aston Villa, and he will miss Everton. And then on the 17th we play Paris Saint-Germain away, and we want to see him score away from the Premier League. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and comment if you want. Click the subscribe button down below, and until then I'll see you next time. Peace.